Gator.
54, 954. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
80 weapon.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowl punter the last 2 years. That's Brett Kern to kick it for Tennessee. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 26. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And on the first drive, 3-and-out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him, and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
They kept him to a short run play there. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, but now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Going deep this time. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scott Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
6-3, 218, chopper. Let's go by.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tannehill eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there.
Let's go.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Ready.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Rip left, rip left.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Right there in the middle, 55. Cut.
On 3rd down, Winston. He's got Evans. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
First down, Tampa Bay.
A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
Ready? Blue wave. Check right 54. Line 54. Watch us slap. Watch us go.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. And this one caught by Cameron Braid. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Winston. That's complete to Sterling. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on the line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Bucs on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Bravo. They go.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it'll bring up third down.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Whip. 6-6. Pull it high. Hey, Zoo. Let's go.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? I mean, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Bucs on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Winston. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they let you play.
Winston. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. The Bucs on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Barber. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he certainly felt like he could carry the load and just carried it there for a nice gain.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
So we got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
It's a gain of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Gay is on for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Buccaneers 28, Titans nothing. Bradley Pinion, the kickoff for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Pick it up. Hey, seam 6.
Tannehill now throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point put through by Suckup, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it, and they'll take it out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Jameis now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. He completes it to Evans. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the gun, Winston. It's complete. It's Miller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses home. Over out of bounds.
Here we go.
A gain
Here we
of
go.
15. And the Buccaneer first down.
Ready? Black 22. 54 miles. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Say it. Hey, 5 on the 50. Here we go.
Off the play fake. Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Check tight. Check 99. Check 99. Wait.
To the air again with Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Three touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Jeffrey Simmons able to record his 5th sack of the season. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Jameis to throw it. Jones has it. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5.
Yeah. 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 Okay.